Whoa, how about, welcome back to the host, the guest and the wardrobe. Hope you enjoyed last week. If you didn't enjoy it, sorry, but nothing I can do about that really, apart from maybe improving or getting better guests.
Problem solved.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to it, go back to it, HGW Pod. It's on SoundCloud and it's on iTunes. Subscribe. Yeah. Alright, that's enough of that. We've got a new guest this week, Andrew
Hello.
Drummond.
Hey!
There is his voice.
This is me, this is my voice.
I am speaking.
Me too.
Am I allowed to call you Andrew? Do you prefer
Yes.
Drummond? Do you prefer and? Just get rid of the Andy bit.
And's probably a bit confusing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, look, it's and. What?
Because then every time even the title of your podcast is going to have my name in it. And which is apt for this one episode.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking long term, it might get a little bit confusing.
Yeah, do you think?
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, it suggests there's going to be two guests, I guess, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're in that wardrobe.
Yeah, I am.
What's your thoughts?
It's a wardrobe, isn't it? It's not nearly as big as I thought or hoped it might be.
No.
No, it's a bit of a tight squeeze.
It's
being perfectly
almost
honest.
like it's not possible to really do what I'm doing with that.
But you've achieved it. It's definitely as a man in a wardrobe speaking into a microphone. I can tell you, it's definitely possible.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good to know.
Just a point of interest. What's the aim here? Is the wardrobe meant to make me feel more comfortable, make me feel less comfortable, or make me feel more or less comfortable?
I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Like, what do you think of that stool you're sitting on? Because
I didn't even.
you didn't even know you were sitting.
I mean, I knew I was sitting on a stool. Of course, I knew I was sitting on a stool. I just didn't think to kind of evaluate my comfort levels on this stool. It's probably as good as it could be given the size of the space that I'm in.
Absolutely. I mean, it's basically like a bike saddle. What it is.
Yes.
But you work with what you've got, and that is what I got.
And you are working it, girl.
Oh,
let me tell you.
Oh, Mike, thank you very much. I always like a compliment, especially from you.
Oh.
So you're in the wardrobe and you're assessing whether it's comfortable or not, and you don't know why so you're a bit confused as to why I've put someone in a wardrobe.
Yeah, I assume it's purely for novelty value, because it's definitely not for comfort value.
No.
It's certainly not to put me at ease in the situation. You've
Far from it.
I've literally just arrived at your house and you've already thrown me in a wardrobe, and this is the first that we've conversed since I've arrived at your house.
Yep.
So how's that for spontaneity, ladies and gentlemen?
Welcome.
But also I don't feel super uncomfortable.
No.
I don't feel like I'm on edge and that you can take advantage of my mental state.
I wasn't planning on taking advantage or anything.
Okay, good. Because if you
Now
were,
you've said it.
then you've not achieved that in the format of the wardrobe.
No.
No.
Well, that's good. So, what are you up to? What's things? What are you doing? Like, is there anything?
I'd love to answer that question, but I would.
But you can't.
It would. I'm not going to.
I refuse.
It's nothing worth talking about. It's all boring stuff. I did have a job interview yesterday. It's not really a job. It was it's unpaid, but it's a 3-month internship at Sheffield Dockfest, which I know you've worked at before.
I've done
haven't
that.
you? Have you done the 3-month internship?
I've not done the 3-month internship, but I've volunteered 2 years, I think. Yeah. 2
Wow.
years.
Okay. Cool. Is it good? Is it worth doing? Because I mean, I got the job. So.
Oh, nice. Well
please tell me it's good.
When I've done it, the first time I did it, I stood outside in the rain for one of the outdoor cinema screens they put up, and basically counted people. So it's it's
definitely something that I could do then,
yeah.
but not necessarily something I would enjoy doing.
But the second year, they brought it to my local village in Castleton, and they screened a film inside a cave.
Ooh.
So that was fun.
That sounds kind of cool.
And it is the Chef Dogfest. It's getting bigger every year.
Yeah, I went last year, and I got to say, there's some good quality documentaries going on there. Really, top-notch guests and stuff as well. Michael Moore was there, Louis Theroux was there, that Attenborough dude who's vaguely famous.
Richard.
One of them, isn't it? One of them.
Yeah, he's dead now though, so it's David, I think.
Oh.
Did you not know?
I didn't. I was playing it off as if I did know, and I was making light of it.
I think the silence proved that you didn't really know.
Hence my admission now.
That's all right. It's always good to be honest.
I like to be honest because, like, if you embrace the truth and whether that's it's a flaw or not, nobody can take advantage of that against you. Then
in this post-truth world, you're the kind of person we need.
Thank you. That's exactly the kind of support I feel like I've been needing.
Well, that's what I bring. I think that's the point of it. I'm essentially like offering a service here.
Yeah.
Bringing people in.
I guess there is some kind of comfort in being in a wardrobe and hearing your godly voice through my headphones, and it's a little bit like a confession box, isn't it? Yeah, but also it's a little bit like I'm being hugged by a room.
Yeah, is it warm? Because everyone says it's boiling.
It's so warm.
Yeah.
Of
course. Well, Chef Dogfest, that sounds really interesting. When do you start that? January time, I guess.
Yeah, well, I applied for the one. There's one. I think they do it all year. They do obviously 4 a year groups of people doing 3-month internships because like 4 times 3 adds up to the 12 months in a year.
Oh man. Maths genius over here.
I don't mean to brag, but
I know my 4 times table.
I know my 4 times table and my 12 times table.
And my 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't test me on that.
I'm not going to test you because that's not what I'm about.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
It's the last thing I want to do.
But yeah, no, I applied for the one that was starting in January, and after the interview, they decided to give me the one that they're not even interviewing for yet, the one that runs from April through to the end of June.
Okay.
Which is during the festival itself. Yeah. They said they thought that might give me more of a creative outlet and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad that they got that from. It was a 10-minute interview.
Yeah.
I spent 4 hours on trains yesterday for a 10-minute interview.
Oof. Yeah, but you must have done really well. Maybe it was meant to be longer, but they're like, you know what?
They did say it was going to be 20 minutes, so I managed to cut that in half.
You were just like, right, look, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Just, you want me.
Really efficient.
Yep.
But they didn't really ask me who I was.
They didn't ask you?
No.
Didn't even. So you might have just walked in by chance.
Yeah, I did give them. I gave the receptionist my name. So
maybe they had that, but they weren't really aware that it was.
And they have my application, so they have the kind of bare bones of knowledge about me.
But do they really know you?
But do they really know me? I don't think so. I think they're in for a shock when they do.
I don't know. I mean, I think you'll do a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. So, Chef Dogfest's on the horizon.
The distant horizon.
It's fair distance, but what's happening soon that's interesting to you or to listeners? Or
I've been doing some work on the house. Not me personally. I've been trying to get other people to come and do work on the house because it's falling down, and I'd like to keep it upright if possible. But workmen, and this is a generalization. Workmen are really difficult to communicate with. Right. I don't know if this is anything you've ever experienced.
That's just general people.
Just general people are difficult to communicate with. Maybe that's because you shove them in wardrobes, Dan.
Possibly.
That might be where you're going wrong.
Only people I know at the moment. Although
that's you know what? That's actually really reassuring.
It might soon change. I am trying to arrange to get people I don't know.
How?
Well, like mutual friends, like bring them in.
Mm.
I don't like interact with them like until they're in the wardrobe and we're ready to go. So that's going to be an interest. experience for sure.
So you'd get to know someone.
Literally, the first time I talked to him is on the podcast.
That's interesting.
That'll be.
Yeah. It would be like the podcast equivalent of first dates, except in a non-romantic way.
Well,
or a romantic way. Who knows?
Exactly. Who knows? That's what's brilliant about this podcast.
Yeah.
If I don't say so myself. Brilliant. Don't use that word often.
No, and you don't use it lightly either.
I definitely don't.
No.
But yeah, that should be interesting.
I would listen to that.
Good. But workmen, like, what's the deal with them? What have we got against them?
So no, I don't have anything against them. As long as they turn up when they say they will. I don't mind, being 5, 10, even 20 minutes late. But if you don't show up at all, there's an issue there.
That is an issue. I've had that before. Yeah.
And I've been trying to get some roofers in to fix my roof.
Okay.
Because I hear that's what they're good at.
Yeah, the roofer's probably the good go-to.
That's what I figured.
You don't want like a plumber coming in. He's like, right, I'll start this roof, and then he's just put a load of drain pipes all over it, I guess.
I guess.
Or but tiled it all.
I have had a plumber in as well, actually. I've had my gas safety check. I've had my electrical safety check. That was done by an electrician. Passed both of them.
Nice.
So that's good.
Yeah.
And I also had the plumber in fixing the radiator in Mark's room, which his dad made a really terrible job of, and charged me for.
Wow.
So I'm pleased that that's finally fixed, but it's cost me 3 or 4 times more than it should have done if I just got a professional in the first place.
Yeah.
But in my defence, I was told that Mark's dad was a professional, and I assumed I was going to get mates rates, and neither of those things happened to be the case.
Sort it out.
But yeah, no, that is sorted now. That is sorted. I mean, not Mark's dad. Mark's dad's still not a very good plumber in my experience.
Oh, I'll take that. That's Mark Smith, previous guest.
Previous guest. Don't get his dad to do your plumbing work.
No, maybe you should get him in the wardrobe.
Yeah, you should. I would go in the next door wardrobe and.
I would like a bit more diversity.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's all white, kind of 20-somethings male.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, that's
you're my
kind
sixth
of your
person.
That's your demographic, though. That's
what I like.
That's what you like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just put them in the wardrobe.
Yeah, you like a 20-year-old man in your wardrobe, don't you? Who doesn't?
Well, I am one, so.
Yeah.
Don't mess around.
Do you get in your wardrobe once in a while?
Every now and then, just sit there,
yeah.
kind of to myself, just start thinking, and maybe sometimes I pretend someone's talking to me. I'll be like, "Oh."
Do you want to switch roles? Do you want to? I'd be happy to do that if you wanted to try.
What now?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, all right.
I'm just gonna keep it recording.
Okay, I'm taking my headphones off now.
I'm taking mine off as well.
I'm stepping out the wardrobe. The wardrobe door is open. Dan is making his way to the wardrobe. Oh god. Hey.
Oh god, it really is warm.
It is.
Okay, I'm in the wardrobe for the first time ever.
Hey, how does it feel?
It's weird.
Yeah.
Got to put my headphones on.
This is what you're putting other people through. Can you hear me? Have you got your headphones on?
Yeah, I got my headphones on. I can hear.
Good.
Okay. This is. I understand now. And it's. Yeah, it's all right. It's not that bad.
No,
I can imagine being here for a bit too long. It can get hot.
But I think you actually get used to it as well.
Yeah. Well, how's it being outside?
It's as much as I like it in the wardrobe, it's quite nice to be able to breathe as well.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
So okay.
Would you like to switch back, or do you want me to ask you what's going on in your life?
I mean, I don't mind. This is your show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'd like to know a bit more about you. I'm bored of myself, so probably everybody else is as well.
You're the first one to do this, so you're like. Everyone else was being pretty arrogant, I think.
Oh, really?
Well, like, they were just all talking about themselves. I mean, I was asking the questions.
Yeah.
Would have been nice to have one.
They're just conforming to the format.
I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I want to tell me about you. Tell me about you.
Well, what do you want to know? I mean,
what inspired you to do this podcast in the first place?
I think one time I was getting some clothes out of the wardrobe, and I was just like, right, which shirt am I going to wear today? I usually
because that's what actually belongs in a wardrobe rather than a 20-year-old white man.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I was like, well, and then I thought to myself, you know what? I want to do a podcast. And then I just looked at the wardrobe and was like, I want to do a podcast in a wardrobe.
Wow.
And it just came to me, like it's just like how all great ideas just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It just came to me like that. And
yeah.
So guess what I did? I bought all the stuff and I did it.
You're a go-getter. You're a doer.
Just do it.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
That's what a lot of people say who wear a popular brand of sports clothes.
Yeah. I think I would say so. Yeah, so that's why this is happening.
Do you? I've never actually. I've got to say, I'm a fan of you as a person, but I think your work's shit.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear, or is that gonna? You can beep it out in post.
No, you can swear.
I can swear.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah! All right.
Yeah, that's what we're all about.
So. I've not really listened to your podcasts. I don't know. Do you edit them down at all?
A little bit.
Yeah. Cut out the waffle.
Yeah, it depends what's cracking off. If I'm like, right, do away with that, or I'll edit in. Like I'll do adverts, like a little jingle that I just make up on the spot.
Oh, you make up the jingles. Do you do that after?
I do that
the
after
guest has left.
Yeah, after they've left.
Yeah.
Because then I reflect on what's been said and try and work something in that fits it.
Totally.
Totally. And put that in.
So, what do you reckon the jingle's going to be for this one?
I don't know yet, because it's like this one's this is the most unique one I think we've had so far, because it's just like we're talking, but like now we've switched places. I'm like, well, I don't know.
But I don't think when you're listening to it, you probably won't be able to tell.
Well, you will, because we'll be like, oh, because I want to keep that bit in.
Well, I mean,
or should I just not?
You wouldn't be able to tell now if you just tuned in now.
Well, it's not live.
It's not.
No, it's not live. It's not like it's not going on to some radio station and someone's like, right, so I'm gonna tune in at whatever time. Like it's.
Well, what's the point?
Unless
then?
people just decide to skip a bit.
Yeah, people they were bored at the beginning. They thought, I'll skip ahead, see if it's worth continuing to listen. They won't know, apart from me saying it right now. They won't know that we've actually swapped places.
True. No, that's true. That. But then, do you not think they'd hear it, because it's quite a bit different?
Oh, yeah, maybe acoustically. Yeah,
it's pretty different. It sounds quite echoey.
Yeah.
Which is
you're
fine,
probably right,
because that's part of the thing.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I have access to your Facebook now. I might.
You do?
Yeah.
You can do anything you want.
What would you say your current status is?
What is my current status?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's on your mind is the question it asks, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's always like that. Can't get away from people asking me what my state of mind is.
Can't get away from...
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it. Can't get away from people.
Can't get away from
Can't
people.
get away from people.
Okay. See, what I hope is when people see this post,
they'll revisit it.
They'll revisit it when they're
listening.
They'll listen to podcasts and be like, oh, so that's what that is.
Yeah.
And nice little Easter egg for them.
Yeah, that's good. I like to keep it kind of... I like to leave a trail, a multimedia, kind of cross-media, transmedia trail. So
that you do.
Turns it into a game, doesn't it?
But it's not just your media that you like to keep a trail of. You actually have a physical...
I'm a slug.
Yeah, you're a slug.
I'm a literal slug.
You're just like slugging around.
I don't sound it. And you know when people say you've got a face for radio?
Yeah.
I'm a slug.
So that's why it took you so long to get here. Like you were just sliming about.
You know what? I did all right though.
I think you actually did. I mean, I knocked you down just then, but
yeah, that hurt.
That was only because I remembered you were a slug. It's easy to forget because your voice doesn't match Right,
your
exactly.
slugness.
Exactly. It comes as a bit of a surprise when, for example, people have listened to this and they'll hear my voice, they'll hear me coming on the street, coming up behind them.
On the street,
because that's where I feel most at home.
Yeah.
Nice bit of kind of damp concrete. That's my shit.
Yeah, just down there, and
so they'll hear my voice and they'll be like, I know him. That's And from the podcast.
From the podcast. Yeah.
And they'll turn around and they'll be, where did And go? All they'll see is a slug.
A trail.
And a trail
of mucus.
So,
when you were talking about your house,
yes.
Did you mean your shell? Like, did you mean you got in a shell, now you're a snail? 'Cause that's how it works.
Is it?
Yep.
As a slug, I didn't know that.
Well, have you not been seeing snails everywhere and been like, oh, that looks quite good. Why don't I just get up in one of them?
I don't know, because I feel like it's more to carry around. I like the freedom of not having a shell. I also think it's just another thing to get damaged, isn't it?
True, that's very true. I mean, as a slug, there's a lot of damage, you know, with your lack of bones.
It's probably easier to squash me.
Well, is it though?
Exactly.
Because exactly. So, what's your favourite thing about being a slug? Like, is it the fact that you can just go about your day without getting interrupted too much anyway? Less salt everywhere or something.
Yeah.
Have you got a particular spot in Lincoln?
Just the street.
Just the street.
Just the street.
Just any street.
Well,
as long as it is.
Not any street.
Oh, we're talking about the street.
Talking about kind of something a little bit urban.
Oh yeah.
Something where maybe there's a sense of danger.
Yeah.
Something with a kind of a little bit fast paced. I might not be able to get around myself that quickly.
But it feels like.
But I like things to be going on around me.
Right. Yep. Okay. I see. What about the worst thing about being a slug? Because I imagine there must be a few things.
I leave a trail.
Yep.
And not just a multimedia trail.
No.
A mucus trail.
We're talking about the mucus.
It's a little bit embarrassing.
Why do you do that?
You've really touched down at my heart and soul here, because this is it's a point of interest, absolutely, as a podcast host. It's your responsibility to kind of to get this kind of information out of me.
Sure.
But it's difficult to talk about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to talk about.
How difficult?
What, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Why not? There's many scales we could use, but
go on, name another scale.
Say good, or good to really bad.
Okay, so
and in between
qualitative
is
rather than quantitative.
Yeah, it's qualitative rather than quantitative.
Yeah. Okay.
Make of that what you will. I mean,
okay.
It's up to you what's in between those two.
So okay, we'll go your scale. I'd say it's bad.
It's bad, so it's not really bad.
Not really bad. There are worse things to talk about.
So, are you willing
to talk about worse things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are worse things than being a slug?
Whoa, hey, you don't need to phrase it like that.
Well,
I just told you it's a bit of a touchy issue, and you phrase it like that. How's that meant to make a man feel?
Well, you're not a man.
I'm a male slug.
Well,
I'm a white male slug.
One of those. But what could be worse? I mean, you're enjoying the street. There must be a lot.
That's true. I think we're a little bit misunderstood. There are things much worse than being a slug. I could be a giraffe.
You could be a giraffe.
Not that would be worse. I'm just saying I could be a giraffe for all anyone knows.
Well, what a waste of time they are. Because they're just like, got a big neck, haven't I? Helps me get the trees, but that's all I'm eating. And then they eat thorns, don't they?
They eat thorns, do they?
Because
to get like the leaves and that,
Yeah.
they don't care. They just munch it down because they got like
It's brave
strong
though. You got
tongue.
to. I quite like the sound of being a giraffe. Then.
You do?
Yeah.
Is that possible? Is there like a system in place where you can go somewhere and be like, I've had enough?
Long waiting times.
Is there a long waiting?
Yeah.
Have you put yourself forward for
I mean,
anything?
oh mate, even as a slug, long waiting times.
That's the worst thing about it, isn't it? Because you understand about waiting.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things about being a slug is you have that patience. Oh, Daniel Fleming has liked your status.
Excellent.
Can't get away from people. Daniel Fleming likes this.
See, I hope he listens to this now and he goes, "Oh, I see now."
Yeah, I hope so.
Hope he likes that.
Shout out to Dan Fleming.
Dan Fleming.
Daniel
Fleming,
my friend.
Thank you for liking that status,
Mm.
and hopefully you're listening, because otherwise that was a waste of time.
Well, hopefully, even if he's not listening, somebody can pass on the message.
Yeah,
for
someone
him.
goes, "Oh, did you know you got a shout out?" And he'd be like, "Whoa, did I?"
Who? How many viewers does your podcast get? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not even sure. Like, I think it's around 20.
Around 20.
Like, I mean, I don't know really, because I had to sort out the SoundCloud.
Right.
Because I realised that I went over my limit, and so I had to pay for a pro account.
You did?
So to get the stats and then get unlimited usage out of that.
Wow. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? This is a professional podcast.
Yeah, it's proven. If you go on the host, the guest, and the wardrobe SoundCloud profile, it's got a star on it, which is to show that you are pro. So don't be telling me it isn't.
Yeah.
Because I've paid for that.
Yeah.
So, yep. There you go.
Haters gonna hate though.
Haters are going to hate, and that's the thing. You can't stop them.
Well,
what? You think you can?
I think it's possible to stop the haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
By what means?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah. So am I.
Probably. Well, it depends. Are you open to murder?
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I welcome it, but I'm like,
okay.
I'll listen.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to stop the haters is to stop releasing content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it. If you get any hate mail, immediately stop.
Stop doing what you're doing.
Why?
Listen to them. They probably have a point.
Actually, everyone has a point.
Everyone has a point. I think this world is full of people who are willing to speak, and not enough people who are willing to listen.
Oh, that is so true.
Maybe it's time we gave the haters a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe there's not enough support for haters.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's. You've turned me around.
Wait, no.
You flip-reversed this.
You were turning me around.
I've turned us both around. I will turn this car around, Dan.
I will. Don't you stop me.
But yeah, no. Let's start a pro-hater movement.
Yeah.
I
agree with that. Pro-haters here.
Because, intolerance of intolerance is still intolerance.
Very true. Why can't, if you're against haters, what...
Lead by example.
Yeah, it's hypocritical of you to say, we shouldn't be spreading hate. We should be more loving and everything. And then someone goes, "Oh, shut up, you mad bitch."
I get that all the time.
You should be like, "Oh, sorry to hear that you're angry. Let's work this out."
Yeah, tell me why you perceive me to be a mad bitch.
Yeah.
And why would you rather I shut up?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm open to listening.
I won't shut up.
I won't. I'll shut up for a moment to listen to what you have to say.
A brief moment.
A brief moment. You have 20 seconds.
That's the usual little.
That's my definition of brief, at least.
Yeah. What's longer than a brief? If that 20 seconds is brief.
Yes.
What's the next step up? Is it a moment?
Yeah. Okay.
Is a moment less than a minute?
So yeah, I guess you can have a brief moment and then a moment, and then you have some.
Some's a tricky one though, isn't it? Because it's more general.
Yeah. Or maybe kind of a little bit comes between those two.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
And then I think there's a massive jump up, and it's take as long as you need.
Take as long as you need is ridiculous.
Why?
Because, well, if someone tells me that, I'm like, well, I'll sit back then. 'Cause that's all I need, all that time. So, I think it's a dangerous thing to say.
That's true. I think there's always a need for a sense of urgency.
In anything.
In anything.
Yeah.
So let's hurry this show along.
Absolutely.
How long is it meant to be?
45 minutes. Where are we at
We're
now?
at 30 minutes and 15 seconds.
30 minutes, 15 seconds. That means I've been in here for about 15 minutes.
Do you want to swap back then?
Let's swap back,
Okay.
and then maybe we'll take a break.
Yeah.
Quick
Can I have
break.
one of your jingles?
I'll go throw that jingle out there.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to it and talk shit.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Just slugging about. Oh, god damn it, not again. Stuck in my own mucus. Hey! What is that, man? Why would he talk to me? I'm just a slug. Hey, look, I can help you with your mucus problem. You can? How do you expect to do that? Well, I got this formula. And also an erratic accent, but ignore that. I got this formula that will eradicate all your problems. It allows you to excrete a basic foam that cleans up after yourself. Really? Let me try that. Yeah, just chug down on it, I guess. Okay. Oh God! You put too much in yourself, and now there's shit everywhere. I'm dying. Yes, I'm dying. No, you're not. You're alive, because every slug should use this formula. It's the nucleus of all your problems. No more slugness. But yeah, how about that jingle?
Oh man, that's it's quite a personal jingle for me actually.
Yes, because it was slug related.
It was, as a slug. It was slug related. I can
as
tell
a
you
slug,
that, as a slug.
I can tell you that it was slug related.
I'm not saying you have to be a slug to recognise that, but it helps.
No, because I think it was very obvious.
Oh,
like, from what it was saying.
Yeah.
That it was slug.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to insult any of the listeners out there. It's just good to clarify sometimes, isn't it?
I think you're right. I don't think you're going to insult them.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think whoever's listening to this.
Yeah, all two of them.
All two of
both of us.
Those people. That's the thing. Probably had more guests than listeners.
It's good though, because it means when you do take off, you already have this kind of established backlog of episodes that you can refer to. It's nice to have a curve of progress that you can look back on.
I remember those days when I still put a guest in a wardrobe.
Yeah, haha. Remember that?
Idiot. Why did they?
What fools? Who would ever agree to that?
I mean, the listeners can't tell. Why do they actually need to get in a wardrobe?
Yeah, for all the listeners know, I'm not actually in a wardrobe, and I'm just playing along with the idea that I am.
Yeah, exactly. One idiot.
But I am in a wardrobe.
Yeah, just to clarify.
And I am a slug.
He is in a wardrobe, and he is a slug. It's a slug's life.
A slug's life.
What did you think of A Bug's Life? If you've seen it?
Yeah, of course I've seen it. Not for a.
Is it a documentary in your world? I mean, it's in your world. You're still part of mine, but it's
we live in the same world, Dan. I'm just a slug, and you're a human.
It's a different experience. Do you have a job?
Yeah.
How are you? Because you said you were going to Chef Docfest. How are you going to do that?
I'll get a train.
You just sit down, like, just.
I'm getting a train from Lincoln to Sheffield.
Yeah.
And then I'll get there, and then you know what? Slugs love to stand in the rain and count.
That's true. How early are you gonna have to set off to make sure you catch a train?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem when you're gonna be leaving as well. It's like, right, so we leave at 5. But my train's at 5:30. I don't think I'm gonna get down there in time. Even though in Sheffield the station is right near most of the venues for.
It's near their offices as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it'll still take you a while to get down.
As a slug.
As a slug, of course. Is that a sigh of...
I just... Yeah.
What's the point?
I'm a little bit concerned that we're overplaying the slug thing. I mean,
possibly.
It's maybe a little bit obvious that I'm not actually a slug.
Whoa. If you're going to run with a character...
I don't, yeah, but I don't know if I should run with the character anymore.
Well, shit.
It feels a little bit overplayed. I don't want this whole thing to be about me being a slug. I'm not actually a slug, and I can't. This is my first and only appearance on anything. And I don't want to be known as that man who's a slug.
Well, don't.
Because I'm not a fucking slug, Dan.
Well, look, I
know you've given me this script to read off.
Look, you just don't mention the script. That's the one thing I said. Just don't You're meant to be improvising it and just...
You cut this bit out then, mate.
I don't want to cut it out because that means I have to go back and be like, cut this fucking whispering out. You had one thing to do. Why did you come in?
Still pick this up?
Oh, for crying out loud. Let's just move on and pretend this never happened. We'll just...
So there's a piece of paper in the wardrobe that says, right. Do not press me.
Right, you probably don't want to press it then.
And I'm thinking actually it's quite accurate in terms of how I feel about your presentation style, because I don't want you to press me on any of the matters.
You mean, I see what you mean. So you think it's not actually a literal message?
Oh, I mean, it does. It has a picture of a button with arrows pointing to it, so I guess it was a literal message.
Maybe. I can't say.
And I'll be honest, as soon as I got in the wardrobe, I did press it.
You pressed it straight away?
I pressed it straight away.
Oh,
but that's
shit.
I just
one thing I did forget is that I closed the door, so I have no idea if you press that button unless you say I just pressed that button.
Yeah. So, also, I didn't press the button.
Oh, you didn't actually? You're just telling me that now?
Well,
so you're lying.
You don't know.
I think we established fairly early on that we like honesty, especially in this world we're living in.
As a slug.
Look, can we just? I'm
just reading off the script, Dan.
Yeah, but we just said we're just trying to move on. We can't agree one thing and then just be like,
all that's written on this script is as a slug. I'm doing my best to interpret it.
That's the whole point. We're just like it's meant to be just improvised, and we just get... So anyway, back to the honesty.
Honesty, best policy is honesty, what they say, isn't it?
Best policy.
Not even a rhyme. That is it.
What?
Not even a rhyme.
Who came up with that? Which idiot was like, "Oh, honesty is the best policy"? Sorry, out.
Yeah, it should be something that does rhyme. What does rhyme with honesty? What's modesty?
Modesty. Honesty is modesty. Just that kind of
works.
That kind of works. All right, let's get that out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say it to people I know now. I'll just be like, honesty is modesty after all, and see if they.
I quite like that.
I don't think they'll even pick up on it. They'll just
because yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
Honesty is modesty after all.
Yeah, I'm glad you're honest with me there.
Yeah.
So, what else has been going on? You're going to Chef Dogfest. You're sorting out your house.
Yep.
Anything else? Or is that taking up all your life?
It's taken up a lot of my life. I work at the cinema as well, and that's good fun.
Yes, the cinema.
The cinema.
Lincoln.
It's the one cinema in Lincoln, pretty much.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, no comment.
Sorry?
But, yeah, I like it there. It's good fun, great people.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, yeah.
So I got that going on, but I haven't got much more to say about it than that.
No, I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah, also Christmas coming up.
Yes. Christmas, how about that?
Crept up on us a little bit.
Yeah, I went to town today to just get, like, wrapping paper and stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you got to do that, haven't you?
Last year I ran out of sellotape, and I could not be bothered going out of the house in the crowds to get more sellotape of all things. So I tried instead using cling film, and that was unsuccessful.
What? So, like, did you just, like, wrap it, like, I guess, put it into, like, a thin, like, rolled it together and then wrapped it like a ribbon.
I tried to kind of use it like a sellotape substitute.
But how would that ever work?
Yeah, it's a lesson that I learned firsthand.
Yeah, maybe put a bit of glue on it, and then that would be.
Glue.
Did you have any glue at the time?
Yeah, I have fabric glue.
Yeah, that would probably be a bit over the top.
It's the only glue I have.
Possibly would damage the present.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably why I didn't do that.
Yeah,
that's why I opted for cling film.
Yeah, I don't think I can use the glue. Cling film we'll have to do.
That rhymes.
Yeah. Oh, we're all about rhymes.
Yep.
Today. What?
As a slug.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
As a slug, I really enjoy rhyming.
Why?
It's probably part of kind of being on the street, isn't it? It's that.
Can I just take you to the side for 1 second?
Yeah, go on.
This slug thing.
Yeah.
Why'd you keep saying it like as a slug?
Well,
I know it's on the script, but the whole point with this was, I told you this before you came on. I was like, the script's just going to say as a slug, but that's not how you're meant to start. That's just like a prompt. So you're meant to.
What's it prompting me to do then, if not to say it?
Just to be like, right, this is who you are, and go off that. But now we've killed the character. We keep bringing it back.
Well, I killed the character. I thought you still wanted me to do the character. I was trying to impress you.
I was on the fence.
You were on the fence.
I was on board, but then you were like, I'm not sure about this. And so I was like, well, he's the guest.
Yeah.
I'll be on his side.
Thank you.
And we'll work it out from there. But then you kept bringing it back. So now the listener don't know what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
Is he a slug or not?
Well, I've been a slug, and should we just embrace it and just run with it and I'm a slug? Or we could edit it all out?
Let's just ignore it.
Ignore it ever happened.
It never happened.
It never happened.
So,
Yeah.
So, what were we talking about?
We were rhyming.
Rhyming?
Yeah.
What's your favourite rhyme?
What's my favourite? Like nursery rhyme?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I quite like Humpty Dumpty.
Yep, it's quite like Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a big fall. Was it a big fall or a great fall? Or?
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Great fall.
He was grateful.
Humpty
Dumpty was grateful.
Finally, I'm off this wall. I've waited for so long. Now he's down there. All the soldiers and men couldn't put him back together again.
But he was grateful.
Why couldn't they put him back together? Wait, they do, don't they?
No, I don't think they do.
What's the shit with that? Because I've forgotten.
He's an egg. Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, he's an egg.
He's an egg.
Which, by the way, you wouldn't be able to put
Isn't it meant to be like an old riddle or something? And the answer is it's an egg.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't have a clue.
I could be wrong. This is appalling. This is my favourite nursery rhyme. I should know this shit.
Yeah. You got any others that you like?
There's
a few in there.
There was one. I had one of those singing books. You know, the ones where you kind of press buttons.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's got pages.
Oh.
And there was one in that I used to sing all the time. It was, I can't remember it now. It's been a while. But I think it was something to do with a baby in a bathtub.
If you ever remember it,
and he ate up all the. He drank up all the water. He ate up all the soap.
Oh, I kind of.
The only thing he couldn't do was fit the bathtub down his throat or something like that.
Yeah.
It was something that
There's a lot of imagery to these rhymes.
Yeah.
The idea of a kid.
I quite like the backstories behind a lot of them because you know you got the Ring Around the Roses about the plague and stuff, wasn't it?
Bleak.
Yeah.
That's a real bleak one.
Yeah. Or was it about a volcano erupting?
What, the Ring Around the Roses?
Yeah.
No, that was a plague. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's open to interpretation.
About sneezing, isn't it? So it's like, everyone's gonna get infected.
Yeah, but that might be the ash from the volcano?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. We all fall down.
Yeah.
Because of volcano.
Because it kind of makes everything kind of rumble and wobbly and.
Yeah, it's a little unstable, isn't it?
A little unstable.
Like, whoa. Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
When was the last time you lost your balance?
It's a very good question.
It is.
And I'm surprised it's taken you this long to ask
I know.
it.
I thought about it the first time, but yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of small talk around the important questions.
That we have.
Yeah. Yeah. I won't mention the slug thing.
For fuck.
The last time I lost my balance, it was 2 days ago. I had cramp in my leg.
Ooh.
And you know what? It really hurt. My muscle has been hurting. That one muscle that I have has a slug. It's been aching ever since I had that cramp attack of cramp
On your one form.
in my slug leg.
You were the first one to form it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Evolution at work.
I didn't fall. I didn't fall over.
You can't really fall, can you?
But I stumbled
Yeah.
or wobbled. I don't know. The slug equivalent. It's difficult
Laid down.
because as a slug, I'm talking in the human language, and it doesn't always kind of.
There's not really a word for it.
Yeah, it doesn't always translate.
No, because we don't usually lie down and use our bodies to shuffle along.
I'm not lazy.
No? Because I think slugs maybe can get up on their, can walk upright. That would be interesting. Instead, they're like, oh, just gonna lie here and shuffle along like a fucking snake.
Whoa.
Bad one as well.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
You can't just liken all slugs to bad snakes.
Just did, so.
I think this is the last time I'm going to come on your show.
Well, I don't know why you. Right, we just clarified. Now you decide to bring it up right at the end.
Yeah.
The slug thing.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna have to do now is we'll just again ignore that.
Yeah.
And I'll say thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mention your slug.
Okay.
And we'll get to the end.
We can do it.
Okay.
Together.
Well, I hope so.
Between us. We'll manage.
I hope so. All right, so coming to the end of the show.
Oh.
Yeah, sad innit? Thanks for being the guest.
Oh, it's been a bloody pleasure, mate.
It was a bloody pleasure.
Yeah, it's
Bloody hell.
pretty bloody.
Yeah. Well, a lot happened. It's the first time I experienced the wardrobe. That was fun.
Hey.
And thank you, the listeners.
Yeah, thank you. If you've made it this far.
If you have.
Good job, buddy. You've got
Bloody
the patience
hell.
of a slug.
Yeah.
I've really tried, mate.
We're just gonna shut the fuck up and we'll just move on, all right? So, yeah, if you enjoyed it, if you did, follow on Twitter, HGWPod. Just like and subscribe on iTunes. Do give it a rating. That'll be interesting.
Is it what kind of rating though? Are we talking quantitative or qualitative?
We're talking quantitative. You can go from 1 to 5 stars, but you can put text in there, so you can do a bit of both with that. Because you can be like, well, look, this is my explanation.
Ooh, yeah.
So please do that. That's always good. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Fucking slug.
Don't.